Okay, so this is. Did we decide on a name?
No, we didn't decide on a name. I mean,
So
whatever you come up with is fine because, like I said, I don't have the best ideas for naming things.
okay, this is Into the Man Cave, or In the Man Cave, In the Man Cave. This is In the Man Cave with Josh and Shane. We are on a YouTube channel together called The Weekenders. So let's start with how we met. Do you want to tell a story? Or you want me to?
I will.
Okay.
So, I was on Reddit. I think I was on the Christmas subreddit, and you posted a video. I forget when it was. I think it was 2 years ago now, maybe a year ago.
I think it was a year
I just
ago.
remember Kirsty being in the thumbnail, and me watching it, and you guys went through Walmart, and it had like the old retro Disney and stuff. So I commented like, "Oh hey, like your videos, you guys seem cool," and I subscribed.
I remember that, yeah.
After a year, I was just like hitting you up on Twitter, and you're like, "Okay, you annoyed me enough. Here's my phone number,"
Yeah.
and then we became friends. That's how I felt like how it happened.
Pretty much, man. Like, Kirsty and I started doing vlogs last year in like August, and one
And
day
you had a blog like it's almost Christmas time or something, so that's the
Yeah.
one I clicked on.
Yeah, and I put that in the Christmas subreddit, and I saw this person commented. You were the first person, besides like Garrison, my brother, and Kirsty's mom. You were the first person to ever comment, and I see Insane Shane commented. I'm like, what the fuck? This guy's like, okay. And it was something like, hey, I love your video. I can't wait for Christmas either. Blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. All right. And I mentioned how Kirsty and I's anniversary was May 21st of 2016. You're like, that's the same day my wife and I got married. And I was like, okay, this guy's pretty cool. So then I started mentioning you in videos and stuff, and then and we've never met in person. Mind, never met.
Yeah.
One day we will.
One day. Yes.
One day it will happen, and we'll actually record a podcast of in the man cave together, and it'll sound really good.
And I think the time I figured out that it was our same anniversary was you have a stone on your porch having detailed your anniversary, and I was like, wait a second, that's my anniversary. That's kind of strange.
And Kristen and Steve, David DeFranco's sister, their anniversary is the same day.
Oh yeah. Another strange thing is he was just like, yeah, I follow a creator. He does weekend vlogs, and so I'm just gonna do that. And I never put two and two together until later when he was like, yeah, I love David DeFranco. He always does weekend vlogs, and that's how I got the idea. And I was like, wait a second, how did we follow the same creator and just find each other's channels? It's kind of strange.
It's really crazy, dude. Like, it's really crazy how small of a world this fucking place is. But yeah, so that's how you and I met. Now let's talk about how we met our wives, and that might be an interesting story.
All right, you go first.
Okay, so back in 2013, I was in college for graphic design. No biggie, whatever. I dropped out. It's all good. Anyway, I was roommates with a guy named Kyle, and he introduced me to his sister, and her and I became really close friends, and she decides to move to Bloomington, where Kirsty and I live. And don't come and murder us, please. I've got guns. It won't be fun for you. Anyway, but she moved to Bloomington, and I was talking to her. I was like, oh, how are your roommates? And she's like, oh, they're all bitches except for this one. She's pretty cool. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Then a couple months go by, and I see a picture of her with this one really hot girl, and I'm like, damn, she is fine. Who is that? And she's like, oh, that's my roommate Kirsty. I'm like, oh, cool. And then I met this girl. Well, I knew this girl from college. We got real close. We were pretty much dating. She stayed over at my house several times. Nothing happened. I wished it did, but it's all good now. It doesn't really matter. But I asked her to be my girlfriend. She's like, no, I'm hung up on my ex. It didn't work out, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm not dating anybody south of Indianapolis ever again because that's stupid. And a couple weeks later, Katana was like, hey, my friend Kyle's sister, he's like, hey, you should really come meet my roommate Kirsty. She really needs a guy like you, and you need a girl like her. I'm like, no, I don't do setups. I'm not coming south of Indy to meet a girl like that's stupid. Well, Kyle comes up, hangs out, and his girlfriend, who was like super controlling at the time, was like, hey, if you want to come up and see your friends, that's fine. But you better prove your love to me, and you better come down here and see me. And if you don't, then we're breaking up. And I'm like, dude, just don't go down there. You don't need that shit. He's like, no, man, I like doing her. So that was the exact reason why he wanted to come down here. So we come down, hang out. Happens to be like 10 minutes away from where Kirsty and Katana are. And we're like, hey, since we're done there, let's go over to Katana's apartment. Oh, my God, yawning. And I go over, and I met Kirsty, my wife. And I'm like, man, she is just so beautiful. And I tried talking to her, and she's just like, oh, hey. And she wanted nothing to do with me. Like, she did not give two shits. So I was like, okay, whatever. This chick's a bitch. Like, fuck this. And then a couple days go by. I'm at home, and I see her. She popped up on my Instagram, and I was like, well, I'll follow her because I see she's been to, like, New Orleans at Disney World, and I've been to both those places, and I love it. So, hey, maybe we can become friends. Then I add her on Facebook, and that night she accepts me and messages me, and I was in a Taco Bell drive-thru, and I was like, and that's pretty much where everything happened. We just started talking from then. And I found out later that she used to go up north of where I'm from to visit an old boyfriend, like when they were together, and she would stop at that Taco Bell on her way up there. Like,
that's kind of creepy. Yes, that's like the universe telling you something.
It's meant to be like you and me, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah. So, 2013,
holy shit.
I was working the factory job night shift where I hated it. It was 12 hours a night. And I was texting this friend, and I was like, hey, what's your New Year's Eve plans? Oh, my one friend from, a town away might come up. You should definitely come meet her. And yeah, I've been set up before. It burned me. I've been set up where I was been set up with a lesbian. I'll just say it.
Man.
So, I was just like, I'm kind of weary of being set up because, things can go super south for me.
Yeah.
But, so, I had one day left to call off for work. So I called in that night and said, I'm not going to be in. It's New Year's Eve, whatever. Go to my friend's house. They're already drinking. Like, they went out to sushi, had, sake and firewater, so they were gone. Not gone, but, they were, drunk enough. And I show up sober because, I fell asleep and got a shower and was like, oh, hey, yeah, we still meeting up. Showed up to my friend's house, met Alyssa, who's my wife, and hit it off from the jump. She wasn't, the type of girl was like, okay, I'm going to put this front on because, you're this new guy and I need to do this. We felt like friends from me walking in the door, and, yeah, it just kicked off from that, and, more drinking because I started drinking with them, and that's how it all started.
Wow. Right on, man. We decided that it'd be fun to kind of shoot the shit with one another, talk about, whatever, but mainly, we're going to get on Reddit and read some funny-ass Reddits or Twitters, the hashtag Ask Shane or Ask Josh, answer them from our point of view, stuff like that. Basically, when our wives are away, the husbands will play. That sounded kind of gay, actually.
But hey, guess what? I'm not in the man cave right now. I'm in the lady room. It's her office. Because my man cave's not done yet. So I am currently in my wife's office.
One of us is in the man cave. The other one, he's in his wife's underwear.
I will get there.
But what are you drinking tonight, Shane?
I am strictly Captain Coke. I think after this one, I am good. I only had 2 so far, but I didn't eat sippers. So, like, I am sailing Cloud 9 right now. So, what are you drinking right now, Josh?
Angry Orchard hard apple cider. It's the only beer I have, and Kirsty likes it, and I like it enough to drink it a lot. So, hey, fuck it, I don't care.
Hey, Angry Orchard is good, so.
Oh, that's really good.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So, what kind of week you having this week?
I'm having a good week. In-laws in town visiting. Work wasn't all that great, but, you know, you gotta take the good with the bad.
Amen to that.
Yeah, overall, it's been good. How's your week been?
As you know, this week has been shit. Monday was great. Monday was awesome. Tuesday, somebody had walked beside me and they thought that I smelled bad, so they went to my manager, which is my main boss, and was like, Josh smells bad, and I think you should talk to him about it because, like, I don't like it and it's offensive. So I had to go to my manager's office, and they tell me that I smell bad, so they're sending me home to take care of my hygiene, and that was a load of bullshit. Tuesday, when I was there at work, for the few hours I was there, I wore a shirt that has a picture of Jeffrey Dahmer on it. It's funny. It doesn't, it's nothing graphic or anything. It's just a picture of him sitting in court. I thought it was hilarious. Wednesday, when I come back to work, I get called into my manager's office, and she's like, oh, so that shirt you were wearing yesterday, people were complaining, saying that it glorifies or it advocates cannibalism and murder, and we'd like it if you wouldn't wear it because it made people uncomfortable. And I'm like, what the rooty tooty fresh and fucking fruity is up your ass if you can't, like, look at someone's shirt and move on with your day, you know? Like, Wednesday was Wednesday. Thursday was it was the anniversary of a family member's death, and certain family members of mine weren't really acknowledging me and saying that basically I didn't have any proper memories with them, so they weren't going to accept that I was part of that. And it was a little personal, but it's also bullshit. And Friday was okay, but it was super long, and I was tired of being there. So, it sucked. This week sucked. That's why I'm not working this weekend, because, well, they can kiss my ass. They can kiss the fattest part of my ass.
But you did get Christmas pictures today with your wife.
I did. I got Christmas pictures with my wife. They turned out pretty great.
Which I'm assuming is going to be in the vlog of Monday.
That will be in the vlog. Well, we didn't vlog the process, but we vlogged before and after. So. And
you can put a slideshow if you want. Like, I'll put your personal pictures on the internet if you don't want to. But no. You can always do that if you want to.
Sure. Now, I don't know if I've talked to you about this, Shane, but you're going to know now. This little podcast here, it's experimental. The audio is not going to sound amazing.
Oh, yeah.
But believe me, we've spent the last fucking hour trying to figure out how to best do this. But for now, we don't have microphones.
Yeah, for the people who don't know, we are in Pennsylvania and Indiana. So we're not, like, sitting next to each other going, how the fuck do we do this? We're just like
we have to
over the internet trying to do some shit.
9.5 hours away from each other. Some content
for some people, but like it was a nuisance. So yes, we will get better with this podcast.
Yes, we if this takes off, or if we decide, hey, I want to put some money into this, well, then we'll get better equipment. But right now, we're working off of I
already plan on getting a snowball microphone, just so you know.
I had one, but I gave it to my best friend Brian, so I don't have one anymore. But that's okay, because that one was really old.
I was gonna say, I saw them at Sam's Club for like $30, so like I feel like that's just an easy investment to do.
You guys have Sam's Club out there?
Yeah,
we have a Sam's Club just right like a quarter mile from here.
It's like maybe 10 minutes. It's right by the mall for us.
That's cool. Yeah, our mall's on the other side of town. So yeah, So it's not. This podcast isn't going to necessarily be a niche podcast, but it's definitely going to be. It's not going to be one where it's like we talk about man cave stuff. It's going to be we're men. We talk about men things. We talk about shit that entertains us, and hopefully we have some kind of audience out there. If anything, we're just going to do this for fun. But like I was saying, I don't know if I told you about this, Shane, or not, but you're about to find out. This podcast will actually be its own YouTube channel, and we can link it directly to our vlog channel every week.
Oh, awesome! I mean, they don't know this, but I have been wanting to do a podcast for a couple of years. Not having the right person to co-host with me, because I know I can't carry a podcast by myself. So yes, that has always been a dream of mine that I wanted to do, and I think I'm on mute now because I see him on the video, and he just
it's okay.
Don't say those things.
My wife just jumped in. Say hi to the podcast.
Hi.
Okay.
Hi.
She just jumped in.
Bye.
Thirsty Kirsty, Sam. Hi and bye.
Thirsty Kirsty. But yeah, so
it's something I want to do, so I'm excited for it.
Of course. I started a podcast with this one girl, and my wife wasn't too happy about that. It wasn't,
which I would assume.
Yeah, it wasn't like nothing bad on her or anything, nothing bad on the one girl. It was a Harry Potter podcast, and we ended up talking because I love Harry Potter, and this girl and I were talking for like 2.5 hours, and Kirsty was getting a little jealous. And I was like,
I know my wife would be like that too, so I don't blame her at all.
I just decided to pump the brakes, and I was like, I don't think I'm ready to do a podcast right now. She's like, oh, that's okay. And then we just never talked again. I don't even remember her name. Nicole. Okay, that was her name.
Since you brought up Harry Potter, just a side tangent. What house are you?
Gryffindor. I know you're a Slytherin because you're a dumbass.
God damn it. How did I start a podcast with this Gryffindor? Fuck.
Because I am the true master of the Elder Wand. Woo!
I have Draco's wand somewhere here. I don't know where it is because we just recently moved.
Do you really?
So, yes. So it's somewhere in this house because it's not in the apartment, obviously. But yes, I can't believe you're Gryffindor. Don't you have the Dark Mark tattoo?
I do. I have a Dark Mark tattoo, but I just think it's fucking cool, man. I don't fucking know.
I mean, I'm really honestly not judging people because of their house, because two of my coworkers are Gryffindor, quote unquote Gryffindor.
Yeah.
And it's just like, whatever. I'm Slytherin. I'm the best. You're not.
Right. I've got a friend. She's a coworker. She's a Slytherin, so don't worry.
It's funny because the two coworkers who think they're Gryffindors are like two of my best friends at work. So like, it's just funny that I'm friends with them, even though they think they're Gryffindor.
Hey, well, there you go. So, okay. So, I think that's going to do it for this particular episode. We'll make this one an introduction, but
okay.
We'll come back at another time and do an actual episode. So, for now, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. Shane?
See ya.
All right. See ya.